Well, g'day folks. Today's a special day for me. I'm starting my orchard. I've always wanted to have a good amount of fruit out here and fruit-bearing plants out here. And you know, in a cold, hardy climate like this, we're in zone 2, and that is not warm for plants. And so growing fruit in a winter climate like this, in a cold climate like we're in, seems a little foolhardy to most, and we're going to see if we can try our hand at it. We've got a number of University of Saskatchewan varieties of fruit today to put in the ground, and we'll talk a bit about those and the climate that we're in for fruit-bearing trees. But let's get at it. Let's go down here and get some holes in the ground, and we'll start putting some trees down, and we'll talk about them as we go. Here we go, orchard time. That is hard on the arms. Well, hi. Oh boy. Oh, just get out of here, jerk. What are you doing? Well, that's hard on the arms, but that's good work. Okay, so that's about as much as we're gonna need. I'm gonna plant these guys one at a time in here anyway, but that's gonna help keep the grass down a little bit this year as we go forward. So let's get some plants in here. So this area we're working on back here is for the Haskap. The Haskap are a lovely breed of fruit. Very odd shaped blue fruit on Haskap. Absolutely delicious, and if you can catch them while they're ripening before the birds get them, you can win. So we've got a couple of varieties of Haskap. Let's take a look at those, and we'll get them planted in here. All right, so as I say, I've got a couple of different varieties of Haskap that I got from the University of Saskatchewan. University of Saskatchewan has an excellent fruit production program And they develop all sorts of really cold hardy and drought resistant versions of things for this particularly cold and nasty climate that we live in. So the Haskaps that I've got from them this year are Boreal Beast, which is apparently a pretty decent new one from the University of Saskatchewan. So I've got one, two, I think I've got three of those maybe. And then the other one is an Aurora Haskap. And the Aurora is one they've had for a while and had good success with. And the Boreal Beast is a newer one. There's another Boreal, so that's 3 Boreal Beast, 4 Boreal Beast, and I think I've got 3 of the Aurora. 1, 2, 3, yes. So they do need a variety to propagate, and so that's why we've got the 2 different versions. So let's get them down here and we'll get them in the ground. So Haskap need to be planted 1 meter apart. So I think I've got enough space here for all 7 of these, maybe. They need to be, they like a rich soil, which we definitely have here down at this, at the bottom of this hill. We get lots of moisture, but they also like well drained. And so we've definitely got that as well going down into the, there's a little pond sort of back in behind here. And so this all flattens out here just for a bit and then dives back down into the pond. So I think this is an ideal location. Now Haskap, when you're dealing with what might pests for Haskap, deer and rabbits can sometimes be a concern, but apparently not so much if they have a lot of other stuff to eat. They don't tend to attack these directly. Birds, on the other hand, once your fruit starts coming out, can be a problem. So you can do like just sort of a fine mesh netting over top if you find the birds are coming after them before the fruit is ripe. So we're going to start with these Boreal Beasts. This is a new one, as I say, from the University of Saskatchewan. And I've already got some dry roots on the bottom, so these guys are just begging, oh yeah, to get in the ground. Got all sorts of roots going on here. So let's get some water first and just soak this guy before we get him in the ground, I think. That's probably a good idea. You guys want to help me do some planting?
Not really.
Not really.
Did you grind up the ground down there?
Yeah, I did. Got her all rototilled.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why? Can I pump it?
Yeah, go for it.
It's overflowing it in so much.
I know.
It was really raining. Can I try some?
Yep. I'll Jasper do this one and then you can do the next one. Perfect. All right.
My turn.
Go. Oh, no. All the way up, all the way down, just like kick-starting your bike. Hey! Oh, whatever. Look at me. We'll dry. We're not made of sugar.
Are we?
All right, that's good. Thank you, sir.
Next one is my turn.
Woo! All right. So, as I say, just give that guy a good soak in the water. See if we can get some of these roots to open up a bit. Don't want to damage the roots too much, but some of them seem pretty dry and knotted up, so I just want to make sure that we're giving them an opportunity to not just keep curling around and around and around as they grow. There we are. I think that's good. Now you want to plant these just a little bit below where they were planted in the nursery. So that's what we'll do. Maybe out towards the sun. We'll make a little trough as well for the water to collect in, just so that it makes sure it gets good moisture. All right, we'll measure off 3 feet or 1 meter, and we'll plant the Aurora next to it, and we'll go Boreal Beast, Aurora, Boreal Beast as we go down. All right, well, there we have it. Got them all in the ground. Auroras and Boreal Beasts ready to go. Now what I think I'll do is I'll grab some of this beautiful mulch that we've created by rototilling this, and we'll just pack that around the base of them just to hold some of that moisture in. And then we'll give them a good dose of water and they'll be ready for some growing. Now we're supposed to get a good amount of rain over the next few days here. So hopefully these guys will just take off. You need to keep them pretty watered for the first year of their life and well taken care of. So we'll be checking in on these guys quite a bit as we go. But hopefully we will get these guys growing up lickety-split. All right, let's get them mulched and get some water on them. All right. Well, the next thing we've got to plant here is some apple trees, and this is really something I've been wanting to do for a while, is the apple trees. Now apple trees in a natural environment like this can be a little troublesome. Deer love to just eat your apple trees right down to the stump as you're trying to get them growing. So we're going to need to do some extra protection on these, getting them in. But I've got 2 different varieties here because, as you may know, you need 2 different types of apple trees in order to get the blossoms to go and the fruit to fruit. So we've got 2 different kinds, again from the University of Saskatchewan for their cold hardy properties. We've got a Misty Rose, and we also have a Prairie Sensation. Now, Prairie Sensation I've had before, and they are absolutely delicious. Love the Prairie Sensation apples, so I'm looking forward to that one. Misty Rose is a new one for me, but we should get good success with it, I'm hoping. So let's take these over to a plot that I've prepared here, and we'll talk a little bit about what we need to do to get these guys in the ground and protected from our deer. Okay, so when planting these guys, you want to get a fairly decent sized hole prepared for them, because they really like to have a nice amount of space to move right away. The other thing you want to do is get those roots soaking. So the roots on these, I've had them soaking in water for a while now, and that's going to really help them as well. So we'll do that, and then we're going to use some of this stuff to stake around them and get some mesh around them so the deer stay away from them. But for now, let's get some holes dug, and we'll space them out. I've only got 2 today to put in, but I've got another one, maybe 2 more to come from our house in the city, and we'll get those in as well another day. But today we'll start with these two because they're ready to go in. So let's get some holes dug. Now again, I'm going to go way oversized with what we need here, simply because I want to build a nice bowl of nice loose soil for them to live in and get started in, because I really want them to have the best start they can have. These guys are a little finicky, so we're going to get it nice and deep, and then we're going to backfill with all this nice soil and get all the grass out of it so that there's a good amount around it where it's not competing with grass, and we'll pull all that grass root out from around it, and hopefully they can get established before the grass gets back in there. I'm seeing lots of good life in here though. There's lots of earthworms and things like that, so I know it's a good sign for this being a decent place to plant them. Yeah, it's looking like nice soil now. Looks like I disturbed a spider nest, and now she's trying to get her egg back to a safe place. You see her there? Look at that. Neat. Hi boys.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
What are you guys up to?
Playing an elemental master.
Oh yeah, just, you know, some stuff. Yeah. Higher? Perfect? Perfect.
Just one more hit. One more last little hit. That's this one?
Yeah.
Hammer. Jeez. I throw this at you?
I thought I had a little more of this, but this will do, I guess. Make it work. Jasper, in one of the drawers in that toolbox in the shed, there are some zip ties. You know what zip ties look like? Can you grab me a bunch of zip ties? Thanks. You got her.
Anyways, it fits us the right way.
Thank you.
Pew, pew.
Appreciate it.
Okay, let's go play the game. Oh, yeah. Whoa. How is it going to grow in that, though?
Oh, it'll grow just fine. I mean, we'll take it out once it's bigger.
So the deer won't get the stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's go play the game. Elliot, come on. Let's go play. Elliot, let's go play. Alright, do you want to go play? Yeah. See?
Okay, so we'll give these guys a healthy dose of water, and hopefully we'll get some more rain tonight, and that should take care of them for the next little while. But this will keep the deer away from them, and hopefully give them a chance to get a good root system established before they need to worry about anything else again. So that's about it for the apple trees. Now I've got one more variety from the University of Saskatchewan that I'm going to plant today, and we're going to actually put that up over by the cabin. So let's, I'm just going to pack up some of this stuff and get cleaned up over here, and then we'll meet you back over by the cabin and we'll put one more in, and that'll be it for the day. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
What?
Can I dig this out, Dada?
Yeah. We're going to plant this sour cherry tree.
Cherry.
Sour cherry. But yes, it's cherry. No, sour cherry's good. It'll be yummy. So this is a Valentine sour cherry.
Valentine?
Valentine. Because it loves you.
You planted it.
Well, you're digging. It's going to love you.
You planted it.
Not yet. Valentine sour cherry. It is very cold hardy. It loves the cold, cold, cold weather that we have here.
Why?
It's been bred to be like that. The people at the university that made it said, you're going to be tolerant to very cold weather. And it said, okay. You know what? You can get that shovel in there again. And actually we need that dirt back to fill in. But come in over here and another one there. Like make this hole kind of that big. Jump up on it. Jump up on it. Attaboy. There you go. Yeah. Jump up on it. Get up. Jump. Should I dig it down and then you can dig it up?
Yeah.
Oh, it is very hard clay. So I think we're going to have to put a bunch of extra nice soil in there to make that amendable to the tree. Ready? Yeah, okay? See, look at all that clay in there. Do you see the brown?
Yeah.
As opposed to the dark black?
Okay.
All that brown is clay.
Is that a rock?
Yeah, that's a rock, yeah. So we'll have to put some nice dirt in there.
It's frozen. I thought it was actually
Frozen? No, it's just hard.
Yeah,
It's just packed.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So plants don't like to grow at the top of hills like this. So if you want to plant something at the top of a hill like this,
Can I dig a hole right here?
we're going to have to put in some nice dirt for it to grow its roots into. But we can do that.
Could I do one right here because it's so easy?
No, here is where I want it. So one right here. Let me do that part. Yeah.
And then I put it
Oh.
Alright, everyone, move everything away from where Jasper's.
Yeah, where his butt's gonna fall. Oh, I wouldn't go that. Oh, geez, this is gonna go poorly.
Okay.
Okay, Elliot, take this shovel.
Okay.
And go get us some nice
So
compost.
it's behind the trailer?
Just, yeah, there's two piles. One's got a bunch of like grass and stuff in it. That's just compost. But there's one that's nice black soil compost.
Okay. I'll take Camera with me.
Okay.
Come on, Camera. Come on, pretty girl.
Oh, yeah.
Is that nicer? Yeah, try and break it up. And so shake.
That's nice.
Yeah, so if you grab a chunk like this, Jasper, see this?
Yeah.
That's how it got roots. Just shake it like that and all the dirt comes off and then you can throw the roots away. Yeah.
Oh, oops.
And you can just like grind it with your hands and like this. Yeah, that's it. But do it over the hole so all the dirt goes in there. That's it. Like this, see? See what I'm doing? Just up to about here. I'll pull out some of this organic stuff. That's it. Oh yeah, it's much nicer soil.
Like that?
A little more.
So this is the top stuff?
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, that's good. Perfect. Look at that.
Yeah, look
See?
at this. Look at this.
The lance in there. Oh yeah.
The ones that I saw were even smaller.
They're
They're
doing
like
a
this
job.
big.
They're good. Oh, much nicer. Okay, so let's mix that with some of that clay stuff.
Could I?
Yep. Get your hands in there and mix, mix, mix.
Yeah, wait, Dad,
Sometimes
there was some stuff
the
at
way
the top
to
that was
success
full
is
of
gonna get messy.
earthworms.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll put it over top.
Like I saw
And
an
they'll
earthworm.
dig it all
in there.
down. Nice.
Where's
Sometimes
that earthworm? There's an earthworm that I saw that was right at the top.
Earthworms are good. We'll keep them.
He was just curled up in a little ball.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what this
Yeah, look.
Valentine sour cherry looks like.
And.
Oh,
Could I
our
put
roots,
it in?
roots look good.
Could I put it
I
in?
don't know what this stuff is.
Should I take this thing out?
They were so small that if you like looked at it, you wouldn't be able to see them. But if you actually like sat, like crouched down and concentrated at it, you could actually see like millions of ants just like
Yeah.
crawling all over it. It's gross.
Stick this in here so we remember what we've planted.
Hopefully it
Perfect.
does better than this.
Now we're gonna need some water.
I'll go get some.
Can you get some water?
Wait, can I fill this bucket up with water?
Yeah, there's a.
There's still like.
Yep, that's fine. There's a blue bucket behind the by the water thing here,
Yeah.
around the back, that you can just scoop a big bucket of water out of. Okay. Now the other thing we need to do is protect this guy, because again we're gonna have deer wanting to eat this.
No, they like sour cherries too.
Yeah, they like fruit trees, I think, is what it is. Now,
You should just make like a bunch of cages, just like staple together a bunch of cages so you can just like drop them.
so that they're ready to go.
Yeah.
Well, this is as much planting as I plan on doing, I think. We're almost done our planting for the year. I still got to get more of those ash trees in the ground. Here we are.
What if it was gold? Pure gold. It's so heavy. But it's not heavy at all.
Oh!
Yeah, Dad, see, look.
All right, Jasper, I think we're ready for
Pour it?
some water. Pour about just a third of it first.
Third.
Yep,
There's some ants.
that's
on the-
okay. We'll drown them.
Like that?
No, a bunch. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's
Don't
good. Stop
drown the
there.
plant.
Stop there and let that soak in, and then we'll give it another shot.
Yeah.
Don't drown the plant.
Well, you want to give it a really good soaking when you first do it, and that way the roots are guaranteed to be nice and moist. Because we just gave it a whole bunch of dirt, so we want to make sure all of that new dirt that we gave it gets soaking wet. So you pour in like this and see how fast it's soaking in.
Wait till it rains.
Well, no, you don't want to wait till it rains because you don't want the roots to dry out. If the roots dry out, that's when the plant dies.
It's all dried up now.
So if you give it a whole bunch of new dirt around the roots that you just planted, it'll suck the moisture out of the roots, trying to get all that wet. So we want to make sure.
Wait, can I?
Yeah,
Can I
dump
pour
her
another
again.
one? No, wait, can I pour it this time?
Like that?
Stop, yep, that's good.
And then we'll do the
Let Elliot do the last one.
one. Last one.
Let that one soak in a bit. Nice, thank you for your help, boys.
This is fun.
Ah, see, you guys could have been planting. I planted over 500 trees this year already. You guys could have been helping with all of them.
How is the tree gonna grow through it?
It'll grow. We'll move it. We'll move this cage once it gets a little bit bigger, but see how,
Did you bend it over?
you know how slowly these ones have grown? Yeah,
It'll take a while for this.
it'll take a while, yeah.
So did you bend it over so the deer could?
So the deer can't stick his nose in there. Yeah, the other ones are tall enough, but I
What
only
if
had a
it
short
can go like that?
I only had a short piece left. I don't think they'll get in there. We'll be okay. All right, Elliot. Dump another bit of that water on, and then you can pour the rest of it on that other plant over there.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's good. Pour the rest on this guy right here. Oh,
Plant needs some water.
it does. He's not doing well. He's not happy. I think probably because I didn't do what I did for this guy and give it a whole bunch of nice earth. It's all clay in there.
You dumped the whole thing.
Thank you, gentlemen. Well done.
That plant needs a lot of water.
problem.
Okay, folks. Well, that is about it for us today. We got our Haskaps in, we got our apple trees in, and we got our sour cherry in. So the orchard is planted. I'm hoping in the next 5 years or so we should have some fruit to bear, and we can all be enjoying some of that out here, so long as the deer don't get at it too soon. So thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you on the next one.
Should I stop?
Yeah.
How do I?
Just hit the red button.
This one?